Imagine you're working as a data engineer in a fast growing e commerce company. Every day, millions of orders, customers, payments, and delivery data is generated. But the question is the data is messy. Some records are missing, and some are duplicated, some are incorrect. If we'll give this raw data directly to the analysts or machine learning models, the business will make wrong decisions. So the question is, how do companies transform messy data into reliable insights? That's exactly what we are going to learn. So today I will show you how companies structure their data in Medallion Architecture in Databricks. In modern data engineering companies follow simple but powerful pattern, that is Medallion Architecture. It has three layers. First one is bronze layer, and second one is silver layer, and third one is gold layer. Think of it like a refining a gold from a mine, from raw rocks to purified metals, then jewelries. Similarly, bronze is for storing the raw data, and silver is for cleaning the data, and gold is for creating business insights. Let's understand this with the simple example. Imagine, suppose we are working an e-commerce company. Every day you are receiving data from multiple systems like customer data, orders data, and payments data and delivery data. This data usually comes in the file like CSV or JSON. But remember, this is raw data. It may contain duplicate values, null values, and incorrect formats. So first, we store this data safely in the bronze layer. So bronze layer is all about the data that we will store, which is comes from the multiple sources as it is. So here we do not do any modification of the data, like removing null values and handling the data. We will just store the data as it comes from the multiple sources. Let's just show you how our raw data that we can store in our bronze layer with the practical in Databricks. So as you can see here, so I am in the Databricks user interface. So first step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the notebook in the name of bronze data. So let's just go and create that. First create on here new. And if you don't know about the Databricks, I have already created the video in my previous videos. You can go and check it out. How can we use Databricks? So here, as you can see here, you can just click on here notebook. So it will create the new notebook, and then you can change the name of that notebook. So it is like a Jupyter notebook, as you can say. So you can just change the name of the notebook here. I have created bronze data. So here, how we can do that, we can take the AI help also, or we can write manually code, because Databricks has the AI powered dataset. We don't need to write manually code. We can easily take the AI assistant help, and we can just write the prompt and the code will give you by default. So here you can just write Control I and it will give you the search bar. So you can just simply write the prompt, read the data which is stored in this path. So I have already imported the data, CSV data, which is customer churn data in the Databricks. Now I pasted the code which where I have stored that, and you can just click on generate here, and you can see it will give you the by default code, as you can see here, and you can just simply accept and you can just run the code. So as you can see, it is successfully fetched the data. Now you can see this was the raw data, and as you can, if you can notice this, so you will have the null values also here. So as you can see, so this is a raw data which we are going to store in our bronze notebook. So it is a bronze layer. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this data into the delta format. So how we can, again I will take the AI help, just click on Control I and just write the prompt, save this table into delta format, and just click on generate, and it will by default give you the code, and you can just simply run it, as you can see here, and you can just simply accept this code and you can just run this. And even though if you want to If you want to change the name of the table that you want to store, here you can just write like you can just modify name. So I'm just erasing this data and just changing the name of that. So what I'm going to do, like customer. So as you can see here, so we have successfully stored our customer churn data into delta format. This is the first level which you have completed to store the data as it comes in the bronze layer. So in short, if I will say why bronze layer is exist, let's imagine you're working on your, imagine you did your data cleaning in your data which you have stored in your bronze layer, and you have created the business ready dashboards in your gold layer. Then in somewhere else something will be happen, some data set will be crash. Then what you can do, then you have the option, you can just come to the bronze layer, then you can start from the beginning. That's why we can use bronze layer to store our raw data as it comes from our sources. Now let's just talk about silver layer. This is where the real data engineer works begins. Here we can clean and validate the data. The simple tasks like cleaning the duplicate values, handling the null values, and fixing the data types and standardize the formats. In short, if I will say to check the data qualities, for example, is there any null values, duplicate values, we make sure we can clean all the data so that we can get ready for our data to make business decisions. Let me show you how we can do this silver layer in Databricks. So as you can see here, so now we are in our Databricks user interface. Here what we are going to do, we have already created the bronze layer. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create the silver notebook where we are doing our data cleaning and validation. So here you can just click on the new and just click on notebook, and it will create a new notebook. Then you can change the name of the notebook here, like silver layer. So now in the silver layer notebook, what we are going to do, we are going to read the data which we have stored in our bronze layer. So here just write the prompt first, take the help of AI, just click on, so just read the data of the bronze layer and just click on generate. So it will by default give you the code, and you can just run the code as you can see here, and you can just run the code and it will give you the data which we have stored in our bronze layer as you can see here. And now what we are going to do, we are going to do the data cleaning, and we can remove the duplicate values, handling the null values, and changing the data types, changing the formats, everything. And you simply accept this code. Here what you can do, you can just first we are going to, what here we are going to do, we are going to remove the duplicates from our raw data. So I have created a variable of silver df and then bronze df dot drop the duplicates. So we are going to drop the all the duplicates. Just click on run this, and it will by default you can see 32 more fields, like all the duplicates records are deleted. And now what we are going to do, we are going to handling the null values based upon the columns. So some columns have the text values, text null values. Some columns have the numeric values. Some columns have the boolean values. Based upon the type of the data, we are going to handling those null values. And now we are going to handling the null values. Before handling the null values, we have to see in which column the null values are exist. So for that, we will again take the help of the AI. So I just give the prompt, check all the columns of null values. You can just click on generate, so it will give you the code. So as you can see here, you can just click run this code and you will see how which column has the null value. Now you can see like each column how many like null values there are exist. So if you can see like in the married column we have only one null value, and in the value deal column we are having 3549, and in multiple lines we are having 623, and internet type. So we can easily identify which column has how many null values, and now we are going to handle all the null values. So what I did, I simply take the AI assistant itself and just simply write the prompt, handle the null values of married column, and it will give you the code, and I will simply accept this code and just run this code. This code has successfully run, and you can see the one column has null value. In the merit column you will see the unknown, as you can see here. Similarly, we can handle all the columns null values. Just click on generate in the value deal column, and you can see here, you can just simply run this code and it will by default clean the code. And if you will go in our value deal column, simply accept this code first and you just click on. So I have cleaned the value deal column also. You can see in the value deal column I have filled the values with which are having null values with the name of unknown. So here what I am going to do, I am going to handle all the categorical column null values in one prompt. Now you can see all the categorical columns that I have handled by using AI. I have just write the prompt like handle all the null values of the handle all the null values of category columns which are internet type, online security, all the columns that I have mentioned, and click on generate, and it gives the prompt, you can see, and I have just run this code and it was handled all the category columns, you can see here. So I have successfully handled all the null values and delete the duplicates and change the data types. Now I am going to check the null values, is there any left. So with the help of AI, now you can see all the columns that we have successfully handled the null values. You can see every column. You can see here every column has a zero value. It means our data doesn't have any null value. And also we are going to check all the data types. So here I have checked all the data types of the data that we are having, each and every column data type. So everything was good. And now we are going to check the duplicates as well. So now we have checked all the things like hand duplicate values, null values, and data types, everything. This data was ready for dashboards and machine learning models. In the next step, we are going to create the gold layer. There we are going to, so before that, we can store this data, silver data, into our delta format. Again, we can take the AI assistant, just click on Control I and just create storing our silver data into delta format. Just click on run. So our silver data is successfully stored in the delta format. We have successfully converted our silver data into the delta format. In real companies, we also validate the data. For example, customer ID should never be null. Email format, email should have a correct format, and order ID should not have a negative value. This ensures the data quality before analysts use it. Now comes to the most valuable layer, that is gold layer. This is where we create the business ready data sets. For example, total revenue per city, top selling products, customer lifetime value, and which customer has churned and which state the most churn rate is happening. So these are all the business ready data sets that we are going to create in the gold layer. This layer is designed only for business analysts, dashboards and machine learning models. So I will show you in a practical way how we can create a business ready data sets in our Databricks. So as you can see here, so now I am in the Databricks user interface. Here what I am going to do, I have already created the bronze layer and silver layer notebook. Now I am going to create the gold layer notebook. For that I will just click here and just click on the notebook, and it will give you the new notebook, and you can simply edit the name of the notebook. And here you simply call the silver data which you have stored in your silver layer. So I have successfully read the data which is stored in the silver layer. So I store in the gold layer. So this is our gold layer. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to find out the top, I'm going to find out the total revenue per state. So which state is having high revenue? I'm going to find out the top 5 states which are which we are getting high revenue. I will simply just AI taking the AI assistant help. So what I'm going to do, I'm just write the prompt. So here what I give the prompt to the AI. So give me the top 5 states which are having total charges this prompt I gave you, and I simply run this code, and this gives me these are the top 5 states. So this is a one insight that we can use for our dashboards or machine learning models. And one more thing that I'm going to apply is customer lifetime value. Which are the top 5 customer who have spent high amount. So as we can see, and the second business ready dataset that I have created is, give me the top 5 customer lifetime values. These are the top 5 customer which have spent more money compared to the other customers. So these customers are our VIP customers. So now I have successfully generated the business ready insights. So this is all about the gold layer, is all about creating the business ready data sets, so which we can use for dashboards and machine learning models to take decisions of our business. But here is the important question: what if the new data arrives every day? Do we process everything again the data? No, right? So that's why companies use incremental pre-processing. This incremental pre-processing only get the new data pre-processed instead of the entire data set. The benefits of this is faster pre-processing, lower cost, and scalable pipelines. That's all about this video. If we'll recap about the Medallion architecture, we have three layers, which are bronze, silver, and gold layer. Bronze is all about storing the raw ingestion. It means storing the raw data as it comes from the different sources like CSV, JSON, and XLMS. And the silver layer is all about cleaning and validating the data, which we can made it for business ready decisions. And the gold layer is all about creating the business ready decisions, which we can use it for creating the dashboards and creating the ML models. This architecture widely used in real companies like Uber, Airbnb, Amazon, Flipkart. So these are the big companies use this Meridian architecture to maintain their data flow. That's all about this video, guys. I hope you learned something out of this video. In the next video, we are going to learn about how to create a job to build these pipelines automate without having any manual interaction. So till then, keep learning and keep exploring. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.